You should just hit it when we start talking shit like that, TG.
Right.
I also suggested this earlier.
Nah, but that's what I mean.
Alright,
Like,
that's all right.
you just got to signal to me when it's rolling. You know what I mean?
He's like, I suggested this.
Yeah, I don't deny that she does.
Yeah, good.
You just have to do your own thing before you
it all
try
the-
my thing.
Really?
That's all right.
Okay, cool. I'll try and listen to you more earlier.
Can I say something about soulmates?
Yeah.
I don't believe that it's the term soulmates solely is for romantic partnerships. I think you can have soulmates that are platonic, not plutonic, as you just said.
Like a bestie.
Right. I have thought long and hard about this. I think that if you subscribe to the, we live many lifetimes thing, I think you can, on a soul level, know someone, from a lifetime before, or be a soulmate and not
Kindred spirits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen to my sexy voice. I've just lost my voice.
You've been sick.
It's kind of back.
Did you have the flu? I got the flu when I was in Sydney.
Nah, I just lost my voice.
Influenza A.
Influenza A. How do you know what letter?
Someone I know that got sick at the same time got tested. There you go. It's good to see you again, Jules.
Hi.
Yeah, how are ya?
Good.
Good. We met at the Social Summary, which is a social networking event that I've spoken about once or twice on the show. But I remember you, right? Because I noticed you.
Did you?
Yeah, because you were just cranking out good vibes. Like one of those people at an NBA game that shoot T-shirts out of the cannon. Poof, poof. Or like Oprah, you get a good vibe. You get a good vibe. And you were just radiating a good energy. And then we eventually got around to having a chat and you said you were a life coach. And I thought, yeah, got to get her on the show.
Yeah, we don't know each other that well. We kind of speed dated at that event and I was so keen to hear your story, but we only had, how many minutes did we have? It was
2.5, that's all I need.
Yeah, and I just...
Wait, which one is it? Hang on. Sorry, Jules, go on.
But I was so intrigued by you because as a life coach, what I'm interested in is people's big visions, right? The blue sky, if I could turn this into anything, what would I turn it into? Dream. And I just wanted to hear more from you. So I really want to ask you some questions on that tonight.
Oh, cool, okay. People don't usually get too much stuck into me with questions, so...
Oh, man.
Except we did have a therapy session one night, which I had to cut out. It got a bit...
Deep?
Oh, just somber, I think. It was a bit sad. Not sad, it was just down. We're all about the good vibes tonight.
Well, apparently I'm one of those people at the games.
Can you pull that microphone into your face a little bit more? Just closer and...
Better?
Even closer.
Closer?
No, don't sit closer. Try and like slide it in closer. Oh, fuck. Hang on a sec.
It's not a good line, is it?
That's better.
Oh, yeah. That is better.
Yeah, because you got the beautiful husky voice tonight, so we got to make sure. We're gonna make sure we capture it. Sorry, go on. We met at the social networking function, and you were curious about my story.
I was curious. Yeah.
In what way?
I feel like 2.5 minutes wasn't enough for me to ask you the questions I wanted to ask. And as a life coach, it will come as no surprise that I am obsessed with questions.
Cool.
I'm obsessed with the right question.
We're doing a life coaching session tonight, aren't we?
I really want to. What's going to happen to you?
I'm going to get better at life, obviously. Come on, coach, hit me.
What questions did I want to ask you? I mean, what I do in the world is I'm obsessed with people's big visions that they want to move towards, new realities they want to create. Like, mostly I coach women, so this is a departure from my normal work.
Cool.
But I'm not opposed to it. I normally coach creatives. Coach a lot of artists, which is really cool.
I learned last week that I'm creative.
last week.
Yeah.
Only last week.
I had a photographer in and he was like, as a fellow creative, and I was like, oh, what? And he's like, yeah, the whole studio and everything, the show. I was like, okay, cool, I see it. Thanks, bro. He was a beautiful man. Wasn't he TG? Oh, you didn't? Shit. We had Hayley last week.
I rewatched it. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's Hayley. She did rewatch it. Yeah, he's a gay guy. James Lanchester. Anyway, that's a tangent. Yeah, you don't coach men very much.
Not very much, except my husband,
Yeah, okay.
who is quite open to it, luckily. And
Yeah.
actually, it is lucky because we're going through this whole life change at the moment where he's having a full career change, electrician, since he was, when do you start an electrical apprenticeship? 17?
I started at like 18, 19.
Right.
But a lot of kids leave school at like what used to be the thing to leave in year 10.
Yeah.
Start an apprenticeship.
So Jed, I think, left just, I don't know. I could be getting this wrong, but I don't think he did his last year. Anyway, from very young, he was an electrician, come from country boy. It's a default job, I think, for a lot of men.
It's a bit of a society thing, especially around the Geelong area.
Yeah.
Be a tradie and good cash.
Well, he comes from northeast Victoria, so even more so.
Yeah, true.
Country boy.
Yeah.
So he, up until about 3 months ago, was happy with that life, and then he just had a bit of a quarter-life crisis or something. Turns out his wife's a life coach. So I've been coaching him through that, and he's having a full...
You guys are meant to be together, aren't you? Look at that.
Right, kindred spirits.
Yeah.
But we are going through a transition right now where I am becoming the breadwinner for our household, and he's going to be involved in my business and supporting my business while he works out what he's going to do. But yeah, there was a long time where as a coach, I try not to coach my friends or coach Jed because sometimes you got to sit in your shit, right?
Yeah, sometimes people don't necessarily want advice either. They
Right.
want just like, fucking leave me alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes people need to be where they are, and I don't want
Yeah.
to take anyone's experience from them because my darks have been so, I don't know, full of gold for me.
Learning experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for I let it go on for 2 months. He was really depressed. Really, I've never seen him like that. And so I let it go until, after 2 months, I was like, I think we need to do some coaching.
Mummy needs the help.
Yeah. And he let me do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's his what did you call it earlier? The grand plan with the
The vision, the big vision.
Yeah, the grand vision.
So he wants to do men's trips. So I do retreats for women, obviously trips for women. We just got back from NT.
I was trying to put that down quietly and just thud. Sorry.
I love that, like the glasses you've got are
Could get
like
some coasters, couldn't
maximum,
I?
like maximum noise making.
Stone as well. Doesn't help.
Exactly. You need timber.
Yeah.
He wants to do trips for men, so he's going to do them in Mansfield, camping mostly. He's going to do some in Tassie. He's got one in Feb in NT, and they will be primarily, I think, trips for guys to just connect with the land again and be in a band of brothers, But yeah, I think there'll be some stealth kind of coming home to yourself kind of vibes.
There's a lot of dudes out there that are really enjoying getting away from the toxic masculinity and getting around each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, the boys in it more of a like, yeah, the boys.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
nice.
vibe. That's the vibe. So he's
Starting
building.
to talk about our feelings.
Yeah, he's building that at the moment because he's had to talk about his feelings through our journey of what I will call. Am I allowed to swear?
You can do whatever you like, Jules.
Fuck yeah.
I'll just beep it out.
Yeah. You can swear. Beep, 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 beep. We've had about 4 years, I'd say, of what I would call fertility fuckery. So
Wow.
yeah.
Shit, I didn't think you were going to swear like that.
Yeah, it was bad. Lots of magic darks, lots of hard times for both of us. And that kind of thing will break a couple. So we've had to learn how to communicate.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So we're ace at communicating
Communication
now.
is king, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
We're really great at it now.
You guys don't text each other that much. You talk about it, huh?
Well, depends where we are. But yeah, it like if when you're married, he can piss me off. Like it's
Yeah,
just
that's all
so
part of it.
right. It's so easy. It happens so easy. But the speed with which we move through stuff because we've had to learn how to do that is really cool.
He's got a life coach by his side.
Exactly.
Makes it easy, doesn't it? Well, not easy, but makes it.
It does make it easier.
When you share the load. It's
Mm-hmm.
What sort of questions did you have for me?
Okay. The one I wanted to ask you was kind of one of my default ones, which is if you could change anything about your life. So you have to still be you. You can't change you,
I don't want to change me.
of course. If you could change anything about your life, like totally anything, you have so much power, all the power. Big sky, like blue sky dreaming life. What would that vision be like? Like colour that in for me.
Honestly, probably just cash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I need.
Abundance.
No, well, yeah. I've got an abundance of everything else. I've got better friends than anyone. Like family that just solid as. And beautiful dog, beautiful house. Live in one of the best areas. Like there's a dog park down the road. Go down there 3 times a day, throw the ball, walk down, get a coffee, get one of the best souvlaki's you'll ever have. There's a wine and cheese bar as well that imports cured meats and wines and all this kind of crazy shit.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place to live. I love my life. I love my people. I love what I do. I'm just struggling for cash. That's all I really need. Do a renovation, make some more bedrooms, maybe meet a girl, have some kids or something. Actually, not a girl. I need to meet a woman. Taylor's like, yeah. I need a strong woman in my life.
Agreed.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of the thing. Yeah. But I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Why not?
It's not. We're off that bandwagon for a while. I did have Al Steele in here though, and she helped me. We spoke to the spirits, my brother Oron, and I closed the portal in the back corner that was escaping the good vibes, and she said, "Be open to love," and I'm open to it, but it's not happening.
Not ready.
Nah.
There's
Working on myself.
There's a time for everything.
Yeah, man.
So, tell me about this wealth.
Yeah.
I often talk about this in my programs because as a coach, I have like kind of pillars that I teach on or like, concentrate on: power, play, pleasure. And I guess the unofficial 4th one is prosperity. They're all P's because I love alliteration because I used to be a librarian, fun fact. And we talk about legacy.
Librarian. Righto. Whereabouts?
Is that unexpected?
Oh, not something I thought about. Yeah.
I used to work in Melbourne at the public libraries, like in the city.
Nice.
It was a great job until I grew out of it. But anyway, what we talk about when I do my women's programs is like legacy level wealth. Like the kind of, what is the amount of wealth that you need to make the mark that you want to make on the world?
Okay.
What would you do if you had so much money, Brett, that you didn't know what to do with it? Like
I reckon,
so much money.
Honestly, reckon like 15 million would be to see me out for the rest of my days.
You happy with that?
As well as churning over like a good output of like good things in life, know. I had this dream that I wanted to set up like a rehab on a retreat somewhere and buy some nice land and have a little bit more of a holistic approach to the healing process,
Yeah.
Everything's welcome, give it all a try, see what happens, and like a one-stop shop for all your rehab needs. Come see little Bretty down between the trees.
Help.
But yeah, I think like 15 million would be, that's a lot. Like shit. I'd honestly probably do good with a couple of 100,000 really. Pay off the house and then I can put my time into more productive things.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of wealth I mean. Like you're so supported and set up that you can go and do whatever you want.
That's what I'm doing.
And then when you give people that idea of like, you don't have to work anymore, now what? It's like a different conversation, right? About what you do with your money. Legacy level wealth.
Yeah.
It makes the world a better place straight away.
Legacy level wealth.
Right.
There you go. I see what you mean now. It makes sense. Legacy level wealth, yeah.
Because once all your needs are taken care of, right? All your basic human needs, all like the safety and the security and the like everything that we need. And, you know, I just want to preface this conversation with an acknowledgement that you and I are sitting in the top 2% of the world, like in wealth.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But yeah, what could you do if you don't have to work anymore and that's taken care of? Well, you kind of nailed it.
Thanks. I just put my glass down real quietly. People listen to me like, what the fuck's what would I do with that legacy level wealth? Yeah, I'm on my career path I'm studying psychology. I'm going back in July and working as a support worker at the moment. So I'm sort of finding my feet and figuring out a way that's going to be a long-term way to like help people and not in I'm a helper kind of way, but I've got an interest in therapy and what's it called? Counselling. And it's something that it's sort of natural to my personality to talk and communicate and support and help, and that's sort of on that track. So cash would probably just help me travel a bit more, experience life a little bit more, put less stress on paying the bills and having to work for that money, and then I'd be able to just focus everything in on being good at what it is that I want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And what interests me is, you're right, you're a great communicator. What interests me is that when people think about what they could do with lots and lots of money, it's always, mostly, for the conversations I have, about helping others and about enriching lives of other people. And so that's why it's so important that we're thriving, you know, because that's when you can use your energy to, you know, be with and see and maybe do counselling for others or whatever it is your zone of genius is.
Shit, I don't know what my zone of genius is. Talking shit.
Honestly.
That's what it is. Yeah.
No shade to that zone.
Amen, brother.
That's a genius, is it not?
Talking shit.
Like, yeah.
Gift to the gab.
Yeah. That's a genius. How amazing. Like, we're sitting here recording a podcast, right? Because you have that. And you don't know, or maybe you do, the ripple effect of the work that you do at this desk. Do people tell you?
I've gotten some really welcome feedback from people. I always wanted to put out something that people would enjoy. It wasn't about me, you know, like, hey, listen to me talk shit about myself. Or it wasn't ever, people ask what the show's about. It's really hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, a show about sports or a show about mental health or a show about audio books or true crime or something like that. It's really, I think, unique, and
Agree.
I wanted to put something out there, and I've gotten some good feedback that I was like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Right, because people see themselves in other people's stories, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually one guy, there's a friend of mine works at Folklore, this beautiful restaurant, Heshan, and he's such a nice guy and he listens to every episode. So, and he's so,
hi.
Yeah, hey Heshan, my brother, he's so nice. He's the kind, like, this the most gentlest, nicest man. And he said he really enjoyed, I had a pastry chef on, and her story was about how she wanted to make. Yeah.
Oh, love you, Ash.
Incredible story.
Hi, Ash.
Yeah, so good. The way she made it work, he was like, he's a businessman, so he was really into that. And that sort of feedback of people like, I like this and I like that, it's really, it's important to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Love your work.
Thank you. I love your work. Pumping out good advice. Poof.
That has got to be like the best compliment.
You reckon?
Like, people say you've got a good vibe, but that's like another level. Poof. You get a vibe and you get a vibe.
I caught a T-shirt, right, in Canada, and I was in the nosebleed section at Vancouver Stadium watching the Canucks versus the Winnipeg Jets, learning everything about ice hockey with my Swedish friend. And poof, they shot this shirt. And there's a guy next to me on a date. And it hit me in the hands, but I like fumbled it. And then he went to catch it. And I smacked his arms out of the way and caught it. I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that T-shirt, eh?
And he's just like, just give me a win, brother.
Yeah,
I'm on a date.
it was my T-shirt. It came straight between my eyes.
It was your time to shine.
Yeah.
What do you think about my voice?
You sound sick.
I
I'm going to have to spray the microphones after you
I
leave.
think you are. I think I'm getting huskier as we go.
No, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't. But we haven't really had that many conversations.
No, we haven't. So you don't know any different. Good.
No.
Proceed.
So where are you from? What do you like? You a Geelong girl or?
Nah. So we were living in Flemington in Melbourne
Your husband?
when we moved here. Yep, that was our
Nice.
first home. We owned a little townhouse because that's what you do. You do the tick box, right?
Yeah.
You meet someone, you get married, you buy a house. This is what society
the
expects of us.
Cookie cut.
You bang out-
A-type.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
bang out a couple of kids at least. So we were ticking off the tick box. And then my husband got a job down here. And I said, yeah, I could do a sea change for a year. Only for a year. I was a city girl.
City girl.
City girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the western suburbs, but considered myself a city girl. And then we got here and just loved it. When you were talking about before how much you love where you live, I was like,
Beautiful
yeah,
place to
man.
live, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful place to raise children.
Yeah.
I have one son, Lenny. He's 6.
Hey.
He would love this setup in here.
Yeah.
So,
Should have brought him round. We could have interviewed him.
oh, absolute pest.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like me.
You would have got along.
Naughty little boy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been in Geelong maybe 5 years now.
Yeah.
And that move kind of coincided with my career change from librarian to life coach. I was a meditation teacher in the middle, actually. Still kind of do that. But yeah, I'm half Italian. We were just talking about Gino earlier, my father.
Gino. Does
Gino.
he make salami?
He doesn't, but I remember one day when I was a teenager, my friend Ed, he met Gino and he was like, Jules, I'm really disappointed. I said, why? Because, well, Gino doesn't have an accent. I'm like, yeah, because he's been here since he was 5. And he goes, but his name's Gino. Like, why doesn't he have an accent? So Gino doesn't have an accent, but he does give me that Italian love of food. And
Yeah.
we used to do tomato
It's
day.
one of the better cuisines in the world, isn't it?
Just
They are the
carbs.
pasta queen.
Real thing, T.
We need to get a camera on TG at some point
man.
somehow. Well, actually, I
We
could set up the GoPro.
She's not into it.
We don't.
Definitely do.
It's a no from T.
How did you figure out to be a life coach? Like, how do you don't just look in the yellow pages and be like, I'm going to apply for this job. Life
No.
coach.
No, I was a librarian because I'm intoxicated by the idea of learning. I was just intoxicated by the idea of working somewhere that you could learn anything. And in my head when I was a teenager studying, I was like, that's a library. I was just, I fell in love with the idea of like being surrounded by books all day.
I'm not a reader.
You're not a
Taylor's
reader.
a reader. She'll appreciate
that offends
but
my religion.
I've tried it and I kept doing it, and every time I travel, I'm like, I read when I travel, and I buy a book from the bookshop at the airport. I just
Do you
don't
read
do
that
it.
book from the airport shop?
Sometimes, yeah. And I've enjoyed some of the books that I've read. I even read a book twice once.
Oh,
I did that.
even read a book twice once.
Yeah.
What book was it?
Harry Potter and the Deathly
Oh
Hallows.
my God. You're speaking my language.
Yeah?
Massive Harry Potter fan.
Nice.
My dog's name's Malfoy.
What house would you be in?
Oh, definitely Gryffindor.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah. You don't get that from me?
Well, I want to be Ravenclaw, but... Oh, sorry, you.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, probably. Or maybe Hufflepuff.
That's the worst one.
Yeah, but like I can't see you going into battle with a sword or something.
Oh, man.
Or a wand, I guess. They don't use
Oh.
weapons. They just make them with magic. But you're not a warrior, are ya? Are
You
ya?
don't think so?
Well, let's fight.
Set it up, T.
Do you reckon you'd go, well,
But I would be
Come on.
feisty.
you want some?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine we started punching on. Started to freak out.
The content we could get from
Anyway,
that.
we're fucking talking some shit, Jules.
Isn't that the
How
point?
did you make life coaching work for you?
So I loved being a librarian. 10 years I did that job. 2 different councils, 10 years, public libraries. It was gnarly. Loved it. Loved being on the ground, like in the community. Loved it. And then one day I was like, nah, this is not it. Suddenly, like that. And I told Gino I was going to quit, and he was like, don't do that, because it was a beautiful council job, lots of brilliant
Cushy, time.
cushy,
yeah.
exactly, maternity leave, all the things that, it was part of the tick list. Get a job, get a good job.
Secure
was-
your life, set
It was
yourself
a
up.
good job. Yep. So Gina was horrified, and I came home and I was like, this isn't it. Became a meditation teacher because I was obsessed with that at the time. I'm a lover, such a lover. I fall in love with ideas, with people. I'm such a lover.
Yeah.
Fell in love with meditation because of how good it made me feel. Took me out of some dark places because I can go there. Little tragic that I am. And then I was doing meditation circles here in Geelong every week, and I kept seeing women saying the same things to me. Worthiness stuff, enoughness, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. And I was like, I think I can help people here because I've turned my life around in that way. So maybe I can coach people. And it was just from that curiosity. I'm a little curious George.
Yeah.
And so I became a life coach, and I'm obsessed with it. I just love it.
What does a day look like for you? Like,
I used to, when I first started, I would like chock-a-block all day coaching people, like 1 hour slots back to back to back to back. It was, I loved it. And as a really green coach, it was good to like get my kind of steps in, so to speak. But now my day looks a lot more spacious. I only take one-on-one client a day, and then I do projects on either side of that. I've got a little podcast of my own.
nice. What's it called?
It's called U School.
What do you talk about? Life coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or the guests I have are like humans who are doing their thing, right, in their zone of genius fully,
Okay.
and they've made that their life, right? They've figured out themselves to the point where they know where their zone of genius is, and they usually have a business in that area,
Yeah.
right? So Ash, for example,
Yeah.
that'd
I
be
was thinking of
an example of someone
croissant genius.
fully in. I had one this morning. And a
Oh, yeah.
and a tart that like changed my life.
Yeah, I had a, what do they call it? Danish.
Oh,
A rhubarb and pistachio Danish. the
oh
other
my
day.
God.
Yeah. It's not fair, man.
It.
She actually cranks out the best pastries you'll ever hope to eat.
She's ruined me for
That
pastries
place,
anywhere.
Patisserie,
Yep.
Mount Pleasant Road.
Hi,
Bama.
Ash. We love you. She's ruined me for eating any other croissants
Yeah.
ever. Literally ever.
Mhm.
I used to live in Melbourne. There's quite good pastries in Melbourne, but yeah,
Geelong's got some legit shit going on.
yeah. We're coming up.
I've got to stop swearing.
Do we?
Yeah, I saw my best mate's mum the other day, and she's like, "You got to stop swearing."
On the podcast.
Mm.
She listens to it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you just need some alternative words.
Darn. Oh, flipping hell. I used
Fiddlesticks.
to work with a guy that used to say flipping heck.
Heck's a good one.
Flipping heck,
Because
man.
heck is quite a solid.
Flipping heck, Jules. What does one do in a life coaching session, in a one-on-one life
Flip.
coaching session?
Flip. Depends on what your intention is, I guess. You talk a little bit. You dabble in manifestation, right?
Yeah,
It's all about.
I dabble.
Do you? I dabble. Yeah, I dabble.
Yeah.
It's all about intention, you know? And like I weave in that vision stuff, and we talk a lot about play. When was the last time you did something just for play? No, not for an outcome, but for like the joy of doing something.
20 minutes ago when I was wrestling Ken.
Oh my God, I was a witness.
Yeah.
He almost won.
He doesn't win me. He'll never beat me for the rest of his
He
life.
tries
He'll
to.
never win. So one thing that I've learned, it's difficult to figure out what you want to do in life.
Correct.
Really hard.
Mm.
And like sometimes I ask whether it's clients or friends or where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or where do you want to be? What do you want to do when you grow up? And it's a really hard question to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And part of this show is talking to people that have found that thing and made it work. But as a life coach, what are some tips on how you find that thing?
There's clues everywhere. And actually, I was just talking to our friend, Hayley, about her brand, shout out, Bad Luck Zizzy.
Bad luck. What up? Bye.
Delicious clothing brand. And Hales was telling me the story of how she made her first T-shirt when she was 13 years old, right? So I believe all through our childhood even, there are clues peppered in.
Yeah.
And if we decide to turn our gaze towards it and do a little treasure hunt through the things that make us feel good, the things that make us giddy, the things that we've always done or the things that we've always been interested in, there are clues there always, always, always.
So as a person who has been fortunate enough to live a life where they've had access to sports or arts or even a TV, school, you might have had the time to get involved in things purely out of interest.
Mm-hmm.
But for some people that haven't been as fortunate and they've come from broken homes or childhood trauma or low socioeconomic areas, they might have never actually had the chance to find something that they enjoy. Where do you start?
I think, I've read a lot. Probably doesn't come as a surprise to anybody that I was a librarian, but
You've said it 15 times.
I used to be a librarian.
Council job
guys,
is
did
good,
you hear?
cushy,
Did you hear?
retirement.
Guys, did you hear I used to work in a library, guys? Love to read.
Yeah, I don't.
Yep. There are studies that you can read about these beautiful communities that don't have that stuff, and yet we have the natural shamans that will come out of that community, or the natural wise woman, or the natural healer, and everybody has a role in that community according to their zone of genius, the things that other people have noticed in them that are strong qualities, right? It's in the pattern of our makeup.
Well, for shamans and other cultures, cool. But if I'm a kid from Corio and, I'm like, don't go to school, running away from the cops, getting in trouble, never really had there's no shaman in Corio.
No.
Well, probably not a shaman, it's a shardman. Sorry, that's inappropriate. Do you know what I mean though? Like it's okay for when you have maybe you have a certain culture, but if you're at the back end of a culture and you're oppressed or struggling,
so then your basic needs aren't getting met, probably.
Yeah.
So that needs to be addressed first, right?
Yeah.
In that scenario, if your basic human needs aren't getting met, what is it called?
Food pyramid.
No, that basic.
The hierarchy of control.
The hierarchy of human needs. There's what is his name?
Oh shit! Now you got me.
I know. Oh, this is why we need to Google stuff.
Maslow.
That's it. So that Maslow hierarchy is probably not getting met for those kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the first concern. You can't be. So there's a scale of surviving and thriving, and one's up one end and one's up the other end, and usually we're anywhere on that scale at any one time. But for those people, kids, whatever, they're probably up the survival end. So there's actually needs that need to be met first before you can even go into moving the needle towards thriving and finding out what their zone of genius is,
That's the thing. How do you find the zone of genius? so once you get your hierarchy of needs,
Mm.
then you got to go to the zone of genius.
Mm.
How do you figure that out?
Mm. Well, the great thing about humans is that we're such social creatures that a lot of the time we get mirrored back to us from the people around us that spend time with us, that are in our energy. They
Vortex.
Right. They will mirror back to us the things we're good at, the things they value in us. This is why we can't really get a clear picture of who we really are unless we're in community. It's a very basic human need, right, to be together with people. And so I think if people are struggling to kind of know what their genius is or know what taps them on the shoulder or creates that excited feeling within them, actually, I do this sometimes with clients. Like, go and ask the 3 people closest to you that you trust, like 3 words they'd use to describe you, or 3 words that they think your top values are, or like whatever it is, what they think your genius is.
Interesting.
What do you reckon, T? Any words for Brett?
Do I have to give him his 3 words?
What my geniuses are?
Give us 3 words that you would, let's just describe him for starters. Give us 3 words that you describe Brett with.
I'm feeling self-conscious.
Yes. I'm putting her on the spot too, aren't I?
3 words.
Taylor's not good. Hang on. You probably asked not the best person because...
Oh, give me a go.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. I shouldn't speak for you.
I know what you're going to say, and it was correct.
Go on then. Take it away, TJ.
1, loud, but in like a happy way. Like loud,
Abundance.
vibrant, just sparks
Nice.
coming off.
Thanks, Taylor.
Lovely.
Probably generous.
Oh, that's a great word.
You let me take your bananas when I want them.
Same. So do you.
Random example, but sure.
3 is probably asking too much.
Fair.
Okay.
That's really good effort for you, Taylor. Well done. Well done.
I analyse something and
I did put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I put you on the spot.
See the big exhale there.
She got all hot.
Taylor's not good at feeling, expressing, interpreting.
On the spot?
anything.
Well, just anything really. Yeah.
Okay.
She has a bit of an issue with emotions. Not in like a bad. She's not a like negative emotion person. She's sort of
Just takes a while to process.
doesn't know what they are.
Doesn't even get to that point.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No. She just rides straight down the line and just cruises through life.
We need people like you too.
Just wanting to feel happy, but also wanting to feel sad.
I seek it out. I can't get there.
All right, Brett. What are your 3 words for her? What are your 3 words for T?
She's very smart. Very
Agree.
yeah, very smart girl. She's a quick learner. Is that part of being smart? Do they consider one
Maybe
thing or funny? And an individual in a good way, of course.
Yeah.
You know, rides to the beat of her own drum.
Thanks, Brett.
Welcome.
There's a lot of love in this studio right now.
Yes, good vibes only.
Oh,
Good vibes only.
love it.
Yeah.
Do you want my words for you?
Go on.
I've only got 2 so far, but I'm sure by the time I get to the second, I'll come up with a third. The first one was related to T's first one, which is gregarious.
Gregarious.
Look it up. I'm a word nerd.
Can you pull it up, TJ?
Pull it up, T. Gregarious, charming.
Charming. Thank you.
And I think there's a real. I like the word generous that was used, but there's it's a generosity of spirit, I think. You know,
Okay.
I can feel your care or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to call myself the morale coordinator at a job that I used to have.
Oh, that's great.
It was a really overly structured environment, like a work, and we had supervisors and managers, and so I called myself the morale coordinator,
Yeah, I like it.
bringing everyone up all the time.
You'd be good at that.
Yeah, when I'm happy, I
Slight
am.
delay.
Well, I was just thinking about an honest answer. When I'm happy, like when I'm really no troubles, no stress. Oh, sorry, don't move the mic while you're talking, Brett. When I'm on top of my game, that's when the battery's full and overflows onto other people.
The overflow. That's a lovely way to have the ripple effect of a good mood.
Yeah, shoot good vibes out of a cannon.
Pooh.
Pooh. Should we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Taylor pulled up gregarious for us.
I also thought gregarious was egregious, but I'm pretty sure egregious is a bad word.
I've never heard of that word.
I read it in a book.
Your
Shit.
face. Say gregarious again.
A person fond of company, sociable.
Nice. Yeah, I would say I'm gregarious. I'm also egalitarians. We're good at doing definitions on the show.
Are we?
Yeah.
Egalitarian.
Sorry. Oh.
Good Lord.
What else did I bring you in to talk about?
You tell me.
Well, we spoke about how you're doing a life coach and stuff. Did you have any more questions for me?
I always have questions. Always have questions. I am obsessed with them. There's a quote, and I always get it wrong, but it's something like, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask yourself.
The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask yourself.
For example,
Shit.
if you're in a situation where you stuff something up, are you asking yourself, why am I so shit? Or are you asking yourself, what did I learn from this? You know, one's a disempowering, one's an empowering question.
It's interesting that you bring this up now, because I was talking about something very simple, or essentially the same thing in a different way yesterday with a couple of friends. And we're talking about therapy and how you can vibe with your therapist. And
Oh, yeah, you need a vibe with your therapist.
it's crucial. But, oh my God, now I forgot what I was saying.
Therapy questions.
It'll come back.
Disempowering, empowering questions.
That's right. Okay. So, and I was saying that you also need to really be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Because if you are in the therapy session and you're explaining something that happened, and and it happened because of this, but deep down you know it happened because of that. And what was the thing that you were explaining?
Well, the difference between empowering, disempowering questions that you're asking yourself, right?
Yes.
So that's where the honesty comes in, because you could say to your therapist and present in a certain way that makes you look good, right? But if you're like going through situations asking yourself disempowering questions, then how are they ever going to get to the bottom of what the behavior is and what the reframe is needed or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be honest with yourself deep down.
Yeah. So, what is my next question for you? My next question for you is, I asked this of my friend Al recently, when was the last time, Brett, you were giddy? Like that fizzy in your belly giddy feeling?
Oh, I kind of am, I kind of have been a little bit lately.
It's
Cool.
frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been real good lately, like up and about.
Yeah, sweet.
Giddy, like as in like, I don't know, heaps.
Like, you know that feeling, when I think of giddiness, I think of like which we kind of can't recapture as adults once the moment's passed. But like, you know, when you
Actually,
just wait for Santa to come,
yeah.
and you wake up at the crack of freaking dawn, and your parents are like, "Go to sleep." That giddiness.
Yeah. I'm going to the boxing. Well, I told you before we
Yes.
started recording, but I'm going to the boxing on Sunday.
Yes.
And I can't wait for it. It's so much anticipation. Yeah. Probably won't sleep the night before. But I also thought of something the other day at the dog park.
I love that the dog park is featured twice.
I was having so much fun. So I took Ken and Fergus down to the dog park, and they love playing ball, right?
Of course.
And I thought I need to make this fun for me because, like, you know, sometimes I don't bring it back and you throw it and chase it. So we've been trying to figure out a way, like Taylor plays as well, where we try to throw it so Fergus wins because Ken's too fast, too rough. Like, he just wants to win, and he's such a sore loser as well. When he wins, he runs back with his tail up and everything. And Fergus just loves playing ball. His favourite part is bringing it back to you.
Oh,
So,
angel from heaven. I said it
Yeah.
before. I've quite lost my heart to Fergus.
gentle boy.
Oh,
Yeah. And so lately I've been really like, Fergus is understanding, like okay, go. And he makes a run, and like I throw it to his advantage. And the other day I was there and Ken was just on fire. Like, I just couldn't get any to Fergus no matter how hard I tried. We're having a real off day. And I was commentating the whole thing with my noise cancelling headphones on, and I was cracking up laughing, and I was talking to Ken and Fergus, and I looked up and there's all these people there with their dogs. They were walking and shit. And I was like, yes, Fergus, come on. That's it. I was like, come on, Ken. You gotta pick it up. Don't start falling off now. Like throwing it. Oh, I was having so much fun.
that's the vibe.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's the vibe.
You just got to start enjoying shit, don't you? Find your own enjoyment somehow.
Totally.
The small things in life.
Mm.
People be like, no, you can't carry on like that at the dog park.
I know.
That's ridiculous behaviour.
Can chuck those people out of your life. That feeling that you were talking about with the boxing match,
Yeah.
that what I love about that and what I love about being giddy as an adult is you are enjoying the thing before you're even at the thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is what I teach in terms of money. See, we're coming back around. Fuck, I love the full circle.
Yep.
Love it. It's what I... You're about to draw a circle?
No, the term. I can't remember what it was.
Oh.
Zone of genius. No, your legacy wealth. Wealth legacy. Shit.
I need to give you a glossary. Then we can come full circle properly.
Yeah.
So enjoying things before they happen, legacy level wealth, like what would that feel like? And then experience it before it's even here. That sounds totally woo, but it's like one of the secrets of my success. Like, how much can I enjoy something? Like, I went to Tassie recently. I was so psyched about it, so excited. I had so much fun thinking about it the week before. Like, it's that stuff, right? Just
Yeah.
like absolutely.
Do you imagine yourself there and what you're going to do and like
Yeah.
daydream and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
It's
I
good,
mean,
right?
imagining the boxing, what I'm doing. Oh, yeah.
How's it going to feel?
Oh, so good. I'll have the biggest smile on my face all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad's excited as well.
Oh, your dad. What's his name?
Bob.
Oh,
Robert.
Bob.
Bob.
That is
Yeah.
so cute.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Hi, Bobby. Does he listen?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say hi back. He listens, yeah. Yeah, he does. He listens, yeah.
Good.
Mum and Dad listen all the time. That's why I got to stop swearing, be better with what I say, be a little bit more of a presentable,
Upstanding young citizen.
good boy.
How old are you?
33, Jules.
Oh,
Yeah,
35.
nice.
Mm.
It's a good age, eh? I've
Mm.
been really enjoying my 30s.
I love them.
Yeah, life
Best-
just seems a little bit more.
Yep, agree. I had a terrible time in high school. Small girl with glasses.
Really, what do you mean? Why?
Oh, I was a big nerd. That's.
Librarian, if you didn't know.
Did you guys know I was a librarian? Fun fact, guys.
Big nerd, huh?
Massive.
I love nerds.
Massive.
I'm a bit of a nerd,
Are you?
as you can see by the Return of the Jedi poster hanging on the wall.
I have seen.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I love it.
I was picked on quite a bit.
Used to read a lot.
Guys, did you know? Used to be.
Oh, we have fun, Jules.
Fun fact. Yeah, I was picked on a lot. I was bullied, actually, by one particular girl who's now a friend of mine.
Nice. Overcame that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a big thing in life.
Totally.
Good on ya.
It's terrifying to me, though.
Jeez, you don't strike me as the type of person that will get bullied, eh?
Really?
Nah.
But you reckon I can't take in a fight, though? So there's a
Yeah, but
certain
that's
level.
a physical challenge.
Oh.
There's a lot of other ways to go about life than resorting to violence.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but you seem like the sort of person that, I mean, you got your shit together, you're a life coach. You sort of seem like the kind of person that would be people don't mess with, you know?
No, that wasn't the case. And actually, up until Lenny, my son, was born, so we're going back 6 years now because he just turned 6.
Yeah.
I was total wallflower, wouldn't say boo to anyone. There was no you get a vibe, you get a vibe, you get
What?
a vibe. Like, nah.
That's so shocking.
It wasn't like that. Because I
Wow.
was so in my shell, I had like 7 coats
Loads of books
on.
around you.
Guys, did you know I was a librarian?
Oh, shit. No, you had 7 coats on.
I had 7 like shrouds of like, I guess, protective layers.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who I was, and I was just terrified. I remember going through life just terrified that someone would find out. I don't know what, that I wasn't good enough or I wasn't as cool as I thought I was. I don't know. I just kept waiting for, I guess, the fall down, which actually came when I had my son, because that's a gnarly process, having a child.
Yeah, you get pretty vulnerable, don't
Yeah, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
Lenny was like doing things his own way. He was a breech baby. I had all these complications, and I thought it was going to be this blaze of glory into motherhood, and it wasn't.
No, it's never really like that,
No.
is it? I mean, occasionally, but they're the ones we resent at Mother's Club, don't we? Yeah.
How do you know this?
I hang out with me mates. This is all the time. They're kids. Like, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
A lot of the like important women in my life are mothers. Yeah, got a lot of good friends. Yeah.
Yeah, mum's a race.
See, when people talk, I try not to interrupt, but I had, you said something.
What did I say? This is why you have to interrupt. Yeah. But yeah, I was definitely not bully material. I was bullying material up until about
That's
6
what
years
it was.
ago.
So how did you figure out the way to take away the 7 layers of defences?
Well, I've told this story a bit on my podcast too. My husband is an extremely intuitive, beautiful man. And one night after I'd been crying, he'd come home, maybe 2 weeks straight, he'd come home to me crying on the floor. And I would spend all day on the floor just breastfeeding Lenny, just literally it probably was postnatal depression, but I didn't know that at the time. I was just so helpless. And on like the 14th day, I just turned to him in bed and I was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And he just goes, God, I was pissed at the time, like not drunk, like angry. Because I was at that point where I was so open and vulnerable that I was like, help me, tell me what to do now. Like I need instruction. I've got nothing. The tank is fully empty. I've never felt like this in my life. And he just turns to me and he goes, you know what to do. And then he left the room. And I was like, you bastard, tell me what to do. I am asking you for help. Anyway, turns out I knew what to do. I made a list that night. It was like 10 things on it. The first one was meditate and all these other things, right? Call this helpline, blah, 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 blah. So I just worked through the list. And when I started to meditate, I started to I started to hear a voice that wasn't the voice that was telling me I was shit. It was like the voice that was like, mate, you're good. You've got this.
Yeah.
So it was the first time in my life I was able to hear that voice clearly, because I'd been cruising through with the other voice, with the mean girl voice telling me I was shit. Go and hide in the corner, Julia. No one wants to hear what you got to say. So then I guess that's why I became a meditation teacher.
That's where it comes from though, isn't it? It comes from inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't, no one else is going to help you. You got to start helping yourself.
Well,
and you
that's
got to
what
be
Jed
kind
was
to
saying.
yourself.
That's what Jed was saying, I think.
Yeah.
And I was so angry at the time. And now I look back at that story and I think, how effortlessly woke is my husband? Like, he wasn't meditating or doing anything, but I guess he saw my power when I had no idea of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's incredible, man.
Mm. Yeah.
It's a very powerful thing in life to learn how to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and be kind to yourself.
Mm. And I think we're not taught to do it, really, which is why I'm trying to teach Lenny, like, I mean, he meditates. He closes his eyes and does the lotus position and like deep breaths. But, I mean, maybe he's meditating, but, yeah, I'm trying to, it's an experiment, my motherhood journey right now, and how early I can teach him to make space to hear himself properly.
Yeah.
You know?
Be alone with his thoughts and get comfortable with them.
Somebody, I remember when I first...
That's good motherly advice.
Yeah. Somebody told me when I was studying to be a meditation teacher, it was like the first module that I did when I was becoming a teacher, and it was like being able to meditate and like have that space and separate the ego or the fear voice from the other voice, which is a lot more loving. It's the difference between being in the storm or like sitting in an armchair in front of the fire, watching it outside. That's what you can do when you start meditating or taking space, or anything can be meditative, right? It doesn't have to be meditation. Anything that puts you out of your head. So like some of my friends are like, surfing is my meditation. Fully believe in that. If you are doing something where you are not thinking about anything else and you're in your body, that can be meditative.
Yeah. There's a lot of different ways to do it as well.
Mm.
I remember doing pottery for the first time on one of those wheels. And I just was so quiet in the mind. Just watching it spin and holding it steady and like trying to center it.
Because you have to be in your body for that. Otherwise it just collapses, right?
Yeah.
You can't be up here.
Yeah. Golf. I go down to the driving range, put my headphones on, and I just work on my golf swing. Just try and hit different shots and just so quiet. Boxing. Yeah.
Those things are a great way to move things through your body as well, right? Because often we're trying to block emotions or look away from them, or like feelings just want to be felt, right? And a great way to move emotion through is that, like swinging a golf swing, or like
you can really sometimes you just got to grip it a little tighter.
Grip it and rip it, brother.
Just hit one for the sake of hitting it.
Yeah.
And just really try and put, sometimes there might be a little face on the ball. I don't know. I'm just saying, sometimes you really can whoosh.
Just let it out.
Exhale a bit, Bang, get the stress out. Yeah. Absolutely.
I love when we're trying to teach Lenny how to deal with his emotions, right? And a big part of it is not shaming any emotion. And so when he gets angry, the first thing kids do is start swinging at you, right? Which is not what we want. We don't hurt each other's bodies. It's okay to be angry, not okay to hit mum. One of my favourite things to do is just to let him unleash on like a pillow or something. I'm like, just punch it, man. I'm like, go for it. And he's like panting, like, I'm like, keep going.
Yeah.
Like, go, man. It's so cool to watch, because as soon as he's let it out, it's like, balanced. We're good.
Done.
And then I'll be like, Mum, can I have a mandarin? Like, sure, mate.
Sure. Go read a book. Go to bed. Absolutely.
Did you know Mummy used to be a librarian?
Yeah, so I can. I take him down to the dog park, launch the ball 50 times, and he's like, I'm tired now.
Yep. Perfect.
I'll be a good boy. All right, Jules, I got one last question for you. What's the future have in store for you?
I feel like, I was saying this before, Jed and I, my husband, shout out to my beautiful husband, definite kindred spirit soulmate, soul contract. we're switching roles. So he's the guy that picks Lenny up, takes him to school, drops him off, and I'm the guy that makes the money now for our family. So we've got lots of change in store, including undoing all our own conditioning about, I mean, in my family, generations of women who weren't the breadwinner and who maybe didn't even have jobs. And he comes from a country boy upbringing where the men make the money. And so we're undoing a lot of our stuff right now. But I'm building an empire, Brett.
Fuck yeah, you are. That's sick. What does the future have in store for you? Going on this and that, I'm going to build an empire.
Just building an empire.
Fuck yeah. That's the best ending, isn't it? Have you ever been to folklore?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you reckon?
There's a lot of folklore in my
It's nice, isn't it?
It's so good.
One of my mates did a rap to it.
It's so good. Yeah, there's a lot of folklore in my future.
Yeah. We love Daddy Soup. And then all this wouldn't be possible without Daddy Soup. If you're ever in Geelong or Torquay, hit up Folklore Vietnamese street food. Thanks, Jules.
Thanks, babe.
Fuck.